All right. With that, we are once again live. Welcome back to another stream of Buddah and XioniX playing games poorly.
Hopefully not as poorly as Monster Hunter Rises, but whatever.
That is, one can only hope. In any case, we have a special treat for you guys tonight. We are deviating from schedule to, we're going to be playing some Icarus. Um, Normally I just get frustrated with Monster Hunter and I just, rage quit. But now we are going to start up another Icarus mission. This one is going to be the ramp up stockpile mission you see on your screen. This pays 600 credits, which is basically going to give us 2 pieces of the fucking 3D printed armor that we've been drooling and lusting over since we started this fucking game. We looked it up, we looked at the mission, and it looks like we should be able to get through this
Quickly.
pretty quick. It doesn't seem too bad. We got some shenanigans in store for you that we're gonna try. But yeah, it's we need to make some money. We need to make some motherfucking money, and this 600. That's a lot of motherfucking
That
money right
puts
there.
us a little over, well, a little less than halfway, because we need at least 1,500 credits for the armor. So,
Exactly. So we are going to go make us some money. We gotta pay ourselves some bills. But I do have this.
the yuppie Nuremberg defense.
Oh, here it is. Shangan Bihu. Really, that is what one chevron armor. One suit mod, one ox mod, one food, one water. Why is that only one chevron? This suit was 1,000 fucking exotics to make. Or not 1,000.
I was going to say
Two,
it's only 200.
200 exotics to get this goddamn suit, and it's one chevron. Some motherfucking bullshit right there.
Maybe it's inverted, the less chevrons, the better.
The people who really run the military are the PFCs. Um,
Uh,
Anyways,
Actually,
but
that would be the E2s, which would be the mosquito wings, which would be just privates. I mean, they're unacknowledged higher level privates, but they're just still privates. Once you hit PFC, then you stand out a little bit. Sorry.
so says the expert. In any case, I got my brand new Shangang Bihu Envire suit with 5% heat resistance, which is going to be fucking meaningless here, but god damn it, I spent a lot of resources on it. I'm taking it with me. Let's go. Let's
Well,
start.
for me, part of why I'm doing it too, it has more to do with the fact that we're not taking 2 mods. So we already have a slot that's being wasted. So, you know what? We're always going to be running around with food. Might as well fill up that stupid slot.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with that.
And besides, it'll make it to where we're going to have less meat rotting, which is both good and bad.
You don't really need spoiled meat too awful much, anyways.
What are you talking about? Poison resistance, man. Poison resistance.
If we do this right, we will hardly encounter a worm. What's that I hear you say,
Japanese will be
concerned
depressed.
viewer? Where this mission is happening, it turns out we have 3 caves that don't actually have worms. And they're
Or
biggies.
pneumonia.
No worms, no pneumonia. They're just big old beautiful caves.
Oh. I finally have something to do with the whole descent aspect of this game. You can equip your brain fart.
Your
The
thing.
mod, and you can equip your oxygen tank and your water bottle.
You equip the thing, man. The thing.
Come on, I'm having nominal aphasia. Leave me alone.
Sometimes you just have aphasia.
Something about nouns, man.
Alright.
Now that I have house in my head.
Show me bullshit pickaxe. Show me bullshit axe. Show me bullshit bow. Give me a bunch of arrows for bullshit bow.
Try to tell him. But to be fair, I guess he almost never uses the bow, so...
I know you make a better bow than I do. This has nothing to do with that. This is just a matter of getting basic gear.
Yes, and I make better basic gear when bow is concerned.
I know you make better basic gear when bow is concerned. I don't doubt that.
Well,
Not-
that's where I've just... Yay. Seriously, could have waited just a few seconds. But hey. XioniX doesn't do what XioniX does for XioniX. XioniX does what XioniX does because he's XioniX.
Well, if Icarus Intel is correct, we should have an exotics vein right around here.
That's true, I forgot to check. No, you want to go to the right, not to the left.
East. I am going east. So, we are using Icarus Intel, and if you're not using Icarus Intel while playing Icarus, I'm
You're
sorry.
stupid.
Where is this fucker? Here it is. Yahtzee. Oh, look at its glowing beauty.
Now let's leave it alone for a couple hours.
Perfect. All right, so we are actually going to go on a magical journey about up there. Where Buddah just marked on his map.
For no reason.
No, we're going up there because magical. What's up, Brain? What's going on, man?
Magical journeys are fun.
It's our specialty. Anyways, we are going up to where Buddah marked because that is in between several super caves that we're going to use to farm out some goodies. Turns out they are 3 caves in close proximity that have no worms, no pneumonia, and a shit ton of resources. Though I don't have a super good way to get there.
On foot. That's how I'm gonna get there.
I'm looking for an animal I can saddle and ride there. You don't seem to understand. I don't walk that far.
No. That's like 3 updates away.
So what have you been up to tonight, Brain? You doing any streaming today? Let's see.
And jump. God damn it, I hate when that doesn't work properly.
I say, where the fuck are you going?
Crossing the river.
Oh, I see.
I didn't know if there was going to be easier way up the waterfall, so cross the river, take the path over. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. That's actually the direction I took. But I want to check something. I want to make sure this cave that we've identified is
Is
actually,
still pneumonia free.
yeah. They just released that update recently, so it may not still be a super cave anymore.
Well, it'll be super, just won't be pneumonia free super.
But we had this nutty idea of, oh, nice. There's a fair amount of goodies around here.
I wonder if they're gonna do any tweaks to the carving bench now that I think about it, or skinning bench, because it seems a little stupid to have a bench for skinning that's only useful for like 2 animals.
All right. There is no pneumonia. None.
So are you
Um,
building it inside of the cave now, or just near the cave?
well, I mean, that was going to go where you suggested. And we can try building the house in the cave.
There's no point in doing it in the cave. I'm just not sure if you were gonna be stubborn about it. Like, no, I want it in the cave now.
Well, I want to find out if building it in the cave works, but
No, because when I went to that cave in what is it, F2 or what have you,
yeah.
that cave there, I built a box inside of the cave. It was still getting impacted by weather. So I think that's part of the whole unfinished cave thing is even weather doesn't care. Now, you might get a slight benefit due to the cave walls.
Well, I
That
was
I
just gonna
can't
say,
see.
like, I would build like a full fucking house. I'm not saying I would build, a part, just like start setting up benches and shit. But I was just thinking, you could set up a house in here, and you
But
would be right next to a metric butt ton of like it's all here. Like this is
I'm leaving it to you. You're building in the house, though, from the sound of it.
no. I'm gonna head up to where you marked, kind of like a halfway point between this one and the other one, because that'll give us two amazing fucking caves. Oh, I'm gonna have to build a ramp, but I mean, we could have two of these fucking things available to us.
And if we need 2 god caves, we might have done something wrong.
Well, it just gives us a lot of fucking options, really. So if we split the difference between C3 and C2, um, but that gives us two god caves, and I have a hard time arguing against two fucking god caves. So we can build up near I guess the mouth of the river is about the halfway point. Somewhere,
Yeah, I was gonna say about here, maybe a little more
yeah,
northy,
somewhere
but
about here should be good. Let's start clearing a
I was gonna say
space.
I was gonna say I'd wait a little bit. Actually,
Well, we
maybe I
need
can
we
do
need to
that
get a
now.
house down before the first storm hits.
Yeah. Well, I just one of the things I'm holding off on is having a sickle down so we can get the wheat and fiber. So,
Yeah, no, I'll leave the wheat and fiber. Well, I'll leave the wheat. The
uh,
fiber I'm gonna pick up because fiber is never a problem.
I would say
Uh,
never, rarely.
I can't recall a time when fiber was a problem.
I can. Don't get me wrong. There's like once, but still.
I mean, I told you not to eat that much cheese, but you do you, man. You do you.
What are you talking about? Cheese plugs you up. Are you talking about fiber allows for the loosening of the plug?
Yeah, fiber clears the cheese.
Oh, I'm sorry. Random story. So, it was on my first deployment. We were at this little outpost. I think it was outpost or OP Star or something like that. And it's gone now, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was talking to these guys there, and then they're like, "Yeah, no, they have the port." Okay, sorry, pig.
Bacon.
Yep. But they had porta johns, and they have porta johns for Westerners. You know, actually sit down, do your business, and then they have porta johns for, I guess to be PC, the local nationals, the LNs.
You're
And
talking about, you're in the Middle East. You're talking about Arabs, right?
well, we call them Hajis, but apparently that's racist.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's racist, but people get angsty about it, so, be PC about it. But
So thankfully you said that on stream, so we can be
hey,
PC
I
about
was
it.
just explaining the term. It's not coming up again. Local nationals, local nationals, local nationals. And if I'm going to talk about other people, they're called third country nationals, TCNs. Because, yeah, it's stupid.
Oh,
Anywho,
whatever. Yeah.
so they have port johns for the local nationals, and they're straight up. There's no sitting down. You squat down and you do your business instead of sitting down. And these guys were like, yeah, no, we're uncomfortable using it. We never got used to using them. It's like, so what do you do? Well, in every MRE basket, what have you, group or thing, they have peanut butter and they have cheese. And so what they'll do is they'll just eat the peanut butter and cheese and let that, sort of stockpile in the body. And then with that stockpiled in the body, they don't have to go so often. So what they would do is they would pretty much flood their system with that stuff, in which case about every week or two when they would go into actual base to take care of things,
Yeah.
going to the bathroom apparently was a major event. I mean, it's the military. They might have been bullshitting, and you know what? If they were, whatever. But yeah, I found that quite amusing.
I mean, it is what it is. The
So what are you
military,
building a house?
about right where I'm at. Just kind of clearing some shit out. I think the area is wide enough, and I'm just picking up goodies to.
I guess that'll work. That'll work.
Make sure I have my everything under the house picked up and all that goodness.
No, I still just keep thinking back to that one guy at the coffee shop who got pissed off when I said the dreaded H word. And I actually can't say what he said in response because it was so racially stupid that would get us in trouble. Do you remember what he said, or?
Um, Not off the top of my head, but I'm okay leaving it at that.
All right. I was gonna say, I guess I can, whatever word are people from Nigeria. It's like, no, that's not how that works.
Oh, that
But he was
was
an alphabet person, so I'm sure it was acceptable.
stupid.
Besides, watch South Park. It's called Niger. Broken.
Yeah, that's one of those subjects we probably ought to avoid.
Yeah, no, I understand. I got a stack of 100 wood over here, which I'm assuming you saw.
Oh, wait. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, I'm trying to build a 4x4 and I got ahead of myself. Pick that delicious wood up. Alright, so give me 16 floors. 14 walls. Guess I need more wood for the walls. But yeah, no, with any luck, we should be able to finish this quest pretty fast and get ourselves 600 space dollars.
Oh, for me, I'm still thinking that Ray does Big Shot for a reason instead of this one. Now, to be fair, though, he's solo.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, that this might be, I mean, maybe they adjusted the price of this one. I'm not sure. You want to throw some wood at me?
I'm dropping 100 wood right now.
Yep. I mean, there very well may be other options for high value to. So 5, 10, 11, 12, 16, but I need 17 more of those. Looks like I'm running out of fiber. Do you have fiber to throw at me?
Oh, I got a ridiculous amount of fiber. Get back on the wood. Make it simpler.
Alright.
So...
You know, that's a sexy spacesuit you're wearing right now. I just want you to know that, like, it's very slimming. That is a good looking spacesuit.
Yeah, it accents the figure, doesn't it?
It really does. Like, you're giving me impure thoughts.
Oh, if you need more fiber, I got about another 1,000 on me, so...
Apparently I need more wood.
Well, working on that right now.
Cut down a tree as well. But yeah, no, that spacesuit looks like it cost you about 200 exotics.
Totally 200 exotics. I could tell from a distance. That suit right there, 200
200
exotics.
exotics.
Maybe
And I would say about
credits,
1,000 credits.
Depending on what store you went to. I mean, there's some variability in the markets, but you know, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You never find that suit on sale. You never do. No matter how long you wait, no matter how you shop around, you can't find that suit on sale. It's just...
And it's a tragedy.
Yeah. So I'm buying a house right now, and I'm building a house right now specifically, and I got notice that the house is going to be delayed from the end of March to the beginning of May, so it's about a month and a half delay. That's where the door goes.
All right. We can move it later. I'm using it right now just so I can clear out my inventory. There's 68 wood in there. And apparently I need some goddamn oxide.
I have 4 on me, but, no, sorry. I ate it.
I was going to say, keep going. I'm going to go find some oxide real quick.
But anyways, so... And they've been talking in the news lately about the Fed raising rates, which generally means mortgage rates are going to go up.
Yeah.
And
when they raise rates, it restricts the amount of money that's able to flow through the economy, in which case, yeah. So.
Yeah, they're trying to fix inflation.
They're going to have to raise those rates by like 5%, which is going to lead to a horrible response.
That's going to lead to stagflation is what it's going to do.
Well, no, we're already in stagflation. What that's going to lead to is a mild depression. Well, that's going to lead to a recession that may become a... Oh, there was 2 over here. Okay.
Well, whatever is going to happen, I'm sure it's going to be bad.
Yeah. Well, this is the problem when they come to what do they call it again? Quantitative easing, I believe, is the proper term. Problem is all you're doing is you're elongating the fiscal issue. You're not abolishing the fiscal issue.
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen to me at your own peril. I guess I'm a free market type of guy.
Yeah. But so
Sure.
there's, you know, talk of the Fed raising rates, obviously, and which is going to mean mortgage rates are going to go up. And it's talking like the rates are going to go up in March, which is, you know, a month and a half before I buy my house. So I sent an email to my banker that's financing my mortgage, and I'm like, hey, you know, what do you think about all this? And he sends me back the perfect non-response. You know, it's like, and it is so full of jargon, and you know, it's one of those things that it was just so. It was such a garbage response.
See, I figured you would have had that shit locked in because I thought you already purchased the house.
No,
So your
no, I
mortgage.
purchased the property, and
Oh,
I have a mortgage or a construction loan. So I own the property and I have a mortgage or a construction loan, but I don't have a house mortgage. They're different things.
hmm.
Um,
Yeah, sorry. I figured that shit was all taken care of pretty much on the front end. So it's like, I'm buying this property, I'm getting this house. So then you would still get the mortgage done at the time that you were buying the property and what have you.
I mean, I am buying the property.
Well, I'm
Well,
saying I thought like mortgage and stuff was taken care of at that time, not at a later date.
yeah, no, it's honestly the whole situation is really kind of screwy because they're still building the house. The mortgage is a bit different. Um,
I mean, I
the whole,
guess it makes sense though. They'd want to punt that as far as they can because markets change, like they might change in the next couple of months. So they might be able to get better rates of return if they wait to sign the contract.
I just need a bit more wood. What do you got on?
I'm working on that right now.
I'm gonna steal wood from your firebox.
Go for it. Okay, I'm gonna put 200 wood into the box inside.
Well, refill your. Well, I guess you can just grab the fire pit and bring it in.
Yep.
Um,
Okay, there's 200 plus wood inside of the box now.
yeah, I'm just trying to finish the roof
Yeah, no,
before the
finish
storm
that
gets
off.
done. But so yeah, it's potentially a bad. It's very potentially bad for me. Um, I I sent an email to the guy. I sent a response to the guy saying, "All right, let me make sure I get this correct." And like the reason why he sent me a very cryptic response. It was about as cryptic a response as I've ever gotten. Um, like I read it the first time and went, I don't know what the fuck you're trying to tell me. And I read it the
Well,
second time and I went, I still don't know what the fuck you're trying to tell me. Like,
no, I was having a sorry, random. Well, not random, apropos. I was having a conversation with my dad a week ago or so,
mm-hmm,
and I was talking about how even the Ukrainian president's like, yeah, no, there's not going to be active conflict with Russia, it's being overblown and stuff like that. He's like, of course they're gonna say that, because if they don't say that, then people are gonna start making runs on the bake. They're gonna start, investing their money in foreign currencies and elsewhere. In which case, that's gonna lead to a massive, issue with their own economy. So while their conflict could be still very well be likely, saying that it's likely is just gonna lead to them getting shafted on the home front, so they need to do what they can to inhibit that. Right,
They're
right.
trying to
There's
mitigate
another.
panic.
So we got over 400 wood stored up right now.
Well, I mean, that's good, but the house is up now.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, making a bunch of that. Leather, bone, and wood.
yeah, no, make all the fucking rope you want, man.
Wood.
We need the rope.
And this will allow for 2 long bows. And we actually want the oxide dissolver. Oh.
Well, we want the oxide dissolver like now.
Yeah. Shit. Probably need more bone or leather, so I'm gonna go kill some real quick. If I can find it.
For the oxide dissolver? Oh.
Yeah. It's gonna take a second because of all the rope I'm making.
I'm okay on water. I'm okay on food. It's just oxygen's getting a little scarce, honestly.
So that should fix.
But it sounds like we need to do some hunting.
Is wood my issue?
Shouldn't be. We have a shit ton of wood.
Well, wood on me though.
No.
No, it's still saying I can't craft. I wonder if there's a weird limitation, like I mean, it says I can queue up to like 5, but
Oh yeah, no, you can't queue up past 2. Um, that that crafting queue is a lie.
okay, so
You didn't need to clear the queue, but I mean,
wait, what? No, okay, so actually the dissolver. There was something about the dissolver that wouldn't let me make it.
happy to take a longbow.
Longbow, oxygen dissolver.
Yeah. There's one on either side of the door. I'll grab the fuel.
I wonder if some of these things, like, say, the skinning bench, I wonder if that... how do I explain my thought process? I wonder if when it comes to building stations, then they have restrictions, but when it comes to building items like rope and whatnot, there is no restrictions. Textile bench.
So you need textiles. I can do herbalism.
Go for it.
Not anymore.
What do you need for herbalism?
Wood and stone, but I can go get some more stone. Stone is the easiest problem to solve.
No. So, chances are I'm going to be doing fur. I need stone also. But if you don't mind, I'll leave the stone to you.
I am working on stone. We need to get some silica, though. I don't know if you grabbed any.
No, I was having restrictions.
Alright.
Right now, I'm getting more oxide. I forget what you need or used it with, but oxide was used for a couple of the recipes, and
Yeah,
no such
oxide
thing
and
as fusion.
sulfur. We can definitely use oxide and sulfur. We can always use oxide and sulfur.
Yeah.
Take a huff off of your can. But right now, we need more oxide in the O2 diffuser thingy-mabobber. Because your tank's not going to fill up before we run out of oxide.
You know, the fact that these maps are made up static, some of these setups are weird. Like, why do you have sulfur that's, mating with a rock, or that one glorious one that I found that was sulfur mating with oxide?
Well, I feel like there's a certain amount of the map that is procedurally generated. Obviously, the map overall doesn't change. Icarus Intel, like the overall map and like the caves and shit like that doesn't change. But the outcrops and the trees and things like that, that probably does change from drop to drop.
Well, the
And
only reason why I don't agree with that perspective, though, is if you look at the website, the Intel website, it asks you if you want to know plant information.
that is true. It does tell you where certain plants are. Um,
And you think it'd be, well, I think I would say that would be easier to randomize plants than it would be to randomize rock formations and whatnot.
well, maybe they don't randomize it per drop. Maybe it was randomized when they generated the world because there's a certain amount of rock outcropping. Like, I seriously doubt they placed all of this shit by hand.
And I agree with that.
You know, I have no doubt in my mind that they use an
Well,
algorithm to populate the map with
everything.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, because like when it comes down to trees and bushes and whatnot, then yeah, no, that's mostly irrelevant. Who cares about some overlays and whatnot? But when it comes to rocks and ingots and or not ingots, ores and what have you, because that was one of those things that ticked me off. Like what was it, 3 missions ago or something like that? Like I saw platinum and sulfur and whatnot that was like half in the ground. So it's like, oh yeah, no, okay, that's not a good sign.
Well, there was a fix they did a week or two ago that was making sure that uh, ore nodes in caves were fully mineable.
Yeah.
They made some sort of fix for that. I don't know exactly what they did, but
They did something.
they did something, and they added it to their release notes, saying, "Hey, we made this fix that made it so ore nodes and caves were fully mineable and." Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
how.
Don't know how what.
I don't know how big of an update that was, but or how they implemented it. What is rock gone? Give me all of the rock. Damn it. I'm not getting all of the rock. Oh, we ran out of oxide. Whatever. That's enough oxygen to keep me happy for a while, though.
Yeah, I've been sort of piecemealing the oxide at the moment.
Alright, so there's a bunch of stone in the crafting bench. If you want to make a big old fire pit in the middle, I wouldn't fault you. I'm going to take a leak real quick. Go ahead and make your primary.
Welcome to the world of pixelation. Isn't it beautiful? This is why wireless is garbage. On top of that, very unsecure. Insecure? Not secure? One of the secures that is negative. Damn it. Oh, I'll leave that to XioniX to fix if he's gonna gripe about it.
The word you were looking for was insecure. Insecure.
I do believe I said insecure, but it was among the jumble because it was like, I'm not 100%. Whoa.
What'd you do?
What do you mean?
Blur looks dumb.
Well, that's where I was going to say you can correct it if you want. It was dark. I'm a little too far to the left.
Oh, okay. All right. I see I see what happened. All right. All right. All right. It's not a big deal. I can fix this. I can fix it.
You can, and I'll let you.
Alright, I don't suppose we have the means necessary to make beds.
Nope, we need more fur. Lots of fur. So, I've been hoping to find animals. But that's the other part of the problem is it's better to have the skinning bench because it'll guarantee you like a minimum of 15 fur. So I think that's part of the reason why like the skinning bench is good for like their first 2 animal, maybe 4 animal skinnings. Then after that, it's absolutely pointless except for what I've been using for, which is storage.
I mean, we can make. I mean, I have no qualms with making a skinning bench.
But we still need more leather and stuff like that. So I want to make a skinning bench. I'm going to make a skinning bench.
How much more leather do you need? I have 13 leather.
Oh, that might be enough. We need, I think, 20 leather to make a skinning bench.
Yeah, I don't know where other leather may be, but I have
It would be in the box.
okay, that should be. Don't know if I've actually researched a skinning bench.
Should be Tech 1. Oh, I guess maybe
Tech 2
because it requires the bench.
That's right. Skinning bench on the way.
The Wolfie is looking at you. The Wolfie is looking at you.
Good for the Wolfie. Anyways,
Grr. It will bite you. Bite you.
let's do the like right there.
I always put it up against the wall, but that works.
Well, I was gonna do a box on the other side so we could double up the boxes over here, kind of make a storage mecca, so to speak. You know, like.
I feel ya.
But I'm gonna move. So things like bones, leather, and fur can live on the
Yeah, I already
skinning
moved them.
bench.
Leather, bone, down. So we need to kill and skin one more thing.
Okay. That shouldn't be too awful hard, all things
There's
considered.
some more oxite. There's that. Stone stick.
Alright. I guess it's 2 boxes. Drop leather. Drop bone.
Not gonna lie, I feel like kind of a badass when I do a near perfect shot at night. I think the animal's over there. Headshot. Booyah.
I'm making a shit ton of rope because fuck it, why not?
We're gonna need like 300 rope by the end of this anyways.
No.
Okay, so what's required? Leather. And sticks.
I can give you sticks, good sir.
I
There's
already
a bunch of
have
sticks.
some.
There's a bunch of wood.
Deploy.
And I'm burning through our fiber to make rope. Because you know how much we need rope.
Uh-huh. Okay, go to bed.
We have beds. We have beds. Oh, thank God. The night lasts for fucking ever. Alright, I'm going after silica.
And probably gonna do a few more skinnings just because I'm assuming we're gonna want to do well.
Definitely need
Sticks, rope,
oxide.
fiber. Eh.
Ah, look at the pig. He's stuck.
Would you pull an ass out on the set?
Okay, I may have bitten off more than I can chew. I definitely bit off more than I can chew.
God damn it, XioniX. God damn it.
I don't. Wolves shouldn't be helping the pigs.
And the last time this game was logical was when?
Never.
Very good.
That's right. I got through the ordeal okay.
Dear God, ghillie suits take a shit ton of fiber.
They're largely useless to us right now. Why are you making ghillie suits?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not just attacking wolves, boars, and stuff like that?
I figured we'd just go straight to fur.
Well, fur is easier when it's easier to hunt.
I mean, I just killed a bunch of critters.
Did you bring them back to skin them?
How much fur do you need?
If you were to take a guess, what do you think the number would be?
No fucking clue. But I can bring you back a pig.
Okay, so 24, 48, 16, 36, and 24. That's the total amount of fur needed if you add that all together. So, I don't know, close to 150, if not 200.
My pig and go. Is that on the bench? Am I being dumb here?
Yeah, it is. Then you have to talk to the bench, and then you have to click on the pig. It's a very stupid mechanic that I highly disagree with, and they should totally fix. But,
Oh, okay. Um,
well, if you don't want it, it's still on the bench, but you have an entire ghillie suit spiel on the textile.
I mean, it's better than nothing. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
It
kinda,
just,
because now you're very weak to, cold.
yeah. But here's a bunch of fur. Here's some bone. Here's a bunch of leather. Put some more oxide in the oxide dissolver. I mean, the ghillie suit is better than nothing, I suppose.
No, like
I
I
mean,
was
I
saying, the
mean,
big
the thing
thing.
is if we were in like a hot environment, the ghillie suit would be fucking amazing.
Yeah. Well, right now, like I was trying to say, the ghillie suit is well, it's a little bit of protection, but I'm going hunting. I'm assuming you're going to be doing hunting-esque type things along the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm looking for um, silica, but yeah, I intend to hunt and kill critters I find along the way that are, you know, skinnable.
Just don't kill Yeah, I was going to say, just don't kill buffaloes.
Yeah,
That's the
no,
only
I.
thing we can't skin.
There's no point in killing buffalo right now. Killing buffalo is largely pointless until we get a better knife.
Mhm.
But if I remember correctly, there was a fair amount of silica over by this super mine.
Well, anytime I look for silica and oxide, I usually just go to cliff faces and mountainsides and just run across them. That's usually
Well,
where
yeah, I
silica,
mean,
sulfur, and oxide are.
silica, oxide, sulfur. We need all of it.
Yeah.
Um,
And unlike some of our previous runs, I'm even picking up the random oxide on the ground because every little bit counts.
well, right now, we're going to get to the point where we have more oxide than we know what to do with, but...
You need an oxide for a recipe, though.
Yeah,
That's the
organic
big thing
resin.
sticking. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say that's the big thing that was always sticking out of my head is we need it for something. I couldn't remember what, so
Yeah, we need it
keeping an
for
eye out.
organic resin. And so we do need several hundred oxide.
Yeah.
But once we get up to like 400 oxide, we're probably fine. 400 oxide should be good for... I mean, I know that, Ray. The only problem is we're kind of short on space credits. Like, we're trying to save up to buy the armor. And the mission we're doing right now is
Oh, real quick, I'm curious though. Is the MX knife better than just the bone knife? I mean, I thought it only did like 150 to 175 return. Might do more melee damage that I can't know about, but
Yeah.
Or does it allow you to be able to skin a buffalo?
It probably lets you skin a buffalo. Like, I feel like I mean, well, maybe, well, the base knife is like usually about like, oh, you're over there. It's usually like bone knife. So
Well,
you
you
can't,
have the.
so you
Okay,
can
so
skin
you
a
can't
buffalo
skin
with the
buffalo.
MX knife. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, early on I was looking at it, but once we decided that we were going for the armor, I've been punting some of the other things. I mean, I probably would have gotten the upgraded pickaxe without knowing that it would be able to mine platinum also. But once we set our eyes on the or our sights on the armor, it was just like, that's nice, but we got higher priorities.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have come back. That was stupid.
So, yeah, this is a 600 credit mission because we desperately need credits right now.
We're doing ramp up. I'm sure you know what mission it
Yeah.
is. We're maybe slightly hubristic at this point, thinking that we're going to be able to do it relatively quickly since we know the gist of most of the things we want to do. And we are close to 2 star caves. And the 2 star caves we're close to are unfinished, so we won't have to worry about pneumonia and shit.
And we have a third cave nearby that's also unfinished, so.
Oh, that one's not so nearby, but yeah.
It's pretty close.
Oh, it was closer than it was the last map we did in this particular area.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the bolt action rifle is fucking awesome. I don't know if we're necessarily going to make one this time around. I don't think it's necessary. But, I love the bolt action rifle. Of course, to be fair, I haven't tried the shotgun or the pistol, so I don't know how reliable those two weapons are. But the rifle does the most damage, and if I'm going to do 1 ingot per bullet, I kind of want to get the most damage out of it as I can. You know. Maybe that's just me being obstinate, but
Well, that's what got me too, is the fact that it's. Well, I think with the shotgun, it's like 1 copper ingot instead of 1 iron. Ooh,
yeah,
that's a
the
fair.
shotgun bullets are pretty cheap.
But that was the main thing that got me, is the fact that. Yeah, no, those are just expensive. They should have a better return, but I guess if they had a better return.
Yeah. But no, like, we would love to have more MX gear. It's just that we really, really want to get the armor.
I don't follow you, Ray. What do you mean I need the taxidermy knife to skin? I mean, I know I need the taxidermy knife for the trophies, but do you get a better return with the taxidermy knife?
Seems likely. Ray knows his shit, man.
I'm just inquiring to clarify. I'm not. Yeah, he knows more than me. Not gonna deny that, but still, I want to make sure I'm understanding exactly what he's saying.
No, this isn't Big Shot Stockpile. Hang on a second. Let me.
I mean,
This is.
ramp up.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, this is ramp up stockpile.
XioniX thought we can do this relatively quickly now that we're an iota smarter than we were yesterday, as it
Yeah,
were.
it's 600 credits. Um,
The
to
exotic mine is right next to our landing spot.
yeah, there's a lot of things about this mission that we thought was really fucking tasty. Um, in order to get to the big shot stockpile, we had to go through an extermination mission, and I was looking at
Well,
this one and when I felt like because you need glass, you need concrete.
well,
Um,
part of the thought process is we're I forget the mission name, but we were tempted to do a 24-hour mission, but it led nowhere, and it only gave like 150. Oh, you found that one. Yeah. It only gave
125.
us like 150 credits, and it's like, very little return. Let's look somewhere else. So then we started looking out, and I was trying to tell him so we should work towards the
Yeah,
big shot
that's the
mission.
mission, Ray. That you need to take fuel cans and air cans to the desert. That is exactly the mission.
Was it 11? I thought it was like 6 or something. It doesn't matter.
Well, it's
But
10
yeah,
fuel
that
can. It's 10 oxygen tanks
10 oxygen cans and 5
and
fuel cans.
6 fuel cans. I think.
Oh, was 6?
I think it was 6. I think it was 6 fuel cans. But we're gonna make a
Either way,
fuck
you
ton
were
of
more
fuel
accurate than I
cans
was then.
because we're gonna want to get the exotics before we GTFO. But um, it seemed like something we could do reasonably quickly, and it was 600 credits, so we wanted to give it a shot.
Oh, now I think about it. Honestly, I should probably start going to the mine so we can start doing the fuel cans and stuff like that. Get up to
Yeah,
where we can do the compositor and get that shit going. No, no, no. Oh, thank God. I didn't set myself on fire.
don't pull in XioniX.
No, I will not.
Last thing you want to do is set the house on fire. God only
Yeah,
knows what happens when you set the
you have to
house
be to
on
do
fire. Shit, you picked a fight with a pig.
The reason why I threw it on the skinning bench is because we're working up towards fur armor.
Armor's good.
Well, I'm letting Ray know because that was one of those things we were talking about a couple streams ago. Is ultimately the skinning bench outside of rabbits and chamoses or whatever the billy goats are pointless.
Yeah. So that's the thing I was thinking about. Like, can you build a house inside one of the broken caves? Like,
Yeah. Why
well, I
wouldn't you be
mean,
able
like,
to?
does it work to build a house? Like, we were.
It worked. Well, the broken caves, like I said, rain still comes through. The question is would you get, say, wind resistance or whatever from building inside the cave? That I don't know. But when it comes to rain, lightning, all that jazz, no, you're not going to get any benefit from that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, we were bouncing back and forth on that. The only reason why we set up here is it's sort of a middle zone between two one-star caves, and
Well,
we
yeah.
figured being
So
able to have
we're at,
access to
yeah.
two is better.
So we have an unfinished cave, in the bottom of C3, and an
Well, to be
unfinished
fair, he
cave
can look
near
up
the
the map
bottom
as
left
quickly
of
as we can
C2.
too.
Um, and so we're kind of between two unfinished caves. So right now we are in D3. Um, so we have two of those wormless, pneumonia-less caves. Like we're built between the two of them. We have the one in up in C2, which was near where the last mission's exotics were, and then we have another one that's real fucking close as well. So we are between two of those big ass fucking caves without pneumonia. That was basically the idea. So we can go back and forth between both caves. Like honestly, if we need more than what both of those caves
2 1-star
provides,
caves, yeah.
that would be pretty fucking crazy.
And that's actually was the one of the deciding factors for why we decided to do this mission was we have 2 1-star caves nearby. They're both unfinished, so we don't have to worry about worms or pneumonia. And what it's asking for this mission is, well, at least compared to the last one, is fairly tame. Where it's like, well, make 500 carrots.
Yeah.
Oh, something I was curious to ask you, Ray. So, what class are you planning on doing in Lost Ark, anyways? Oh, you're always building a 3 chevron cave. Huh.
No, C3 cave. That's the first cave we found that was
Oh,
big and empty.
I thought he was talking in a general sense, not a specific sense.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna refill my drink. I'll be right back.
No, only reason why we didn't build inside that cave was because of me. Figured, like I was saying, it'd be better to be between 2 1-star caves than it would be to be dedicated to a single 1-star cave. If I was wrong on that, I'm wrong on that, but we'll find out eventually. No, I don't need that. I need this. Stone and leather. Stone. Leather.
Pally, gun lancer, bard, and 3 blades. Fuck me.
Oh, you got that shit mapped out, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was watching the breakdown where it's giving the 5 different classes. I didn't think it was going to be allowed to multi-class, but that would have been nice. Okay, then I'm the asshole then on that particular front.
That's right.
Normal. So, yeah, no, if you can.
I'm heading to C3.
Oh.
Unless you need me to do something else.
No, I thought you were going to keep doing silica and whatnot. Okay, then I'll keep focusing to where we can get fur armor. Well,
yeah, I'm heading up
no,
to
fur armor doesn't matter because we can pretty much go straight to hunter armor.
Yeah, ghillie is fine. It wasn't my ideal armor, but ghillie should get us to hunter without too much issue. I just need to get us some iron and copper so we can start building some more advanced shit.
If I thought that up earlier, I would have not even cared. So now, if once you get into C3, just pay attention because you're probably still going to be getting exposure, and that was part of the reason why I was thinking there was almost no point in building in C3.
Level pally, knowledge transfer, gun lancer, 600 gold.
So you get to keep all your bonuses while you're doing. So it is, well, pseudo D&D-esque in that particular front.
Yeah, you're multi-classing is what it sounds like. If you can make a backpack, that would be great. So, I don't think I'm experiencing exposure at the moment.
Well, you haven't hit. Tell me in like 20 seconds.
Does look like it's raining.
Yeah, but you're not. You have to wait till you hit the yellow zone, as it were, because you're still in the green. Green is like the safe zone, as it were. Or once you hit the yellow zone, that's when I think it's more likely that you're gonna see the results as, yeah. 4 characters and only level 2. I mean, the fact that you've already planned it out that far, though, is the thing that's really getting my attention. So I made a backpack, but I cannot carry the backpack, so you're gonna have to come get it yourself.
Well, yeah, no, I'll be back. I'm just... There is a ton of shit in here.
Of course, it's a star. Going to the latrine real quick.
Yeah.
You know, I remember I went to go visit some family when I was in AIT, and that's one of those things they drill into you. Is it's not a bathroom, it's a latrine. And so when I was visiting this family, or our extended family with this friend, I stood up. I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna hit the latrine." He's like, "Dude, this is a civilian world. You could call it the bathroom again."
And here I thought it was called the head. That's just fucking gone.
That's Marine and Navy. I'm Army. We call it the latrine.
Ah, I do have storm exposure.
I was gonna say, if you didn't, I'm gonna be a little angry.
I just now got it.
Yeah, I don't know what the rules are. I just know they exist.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, we're still gonna need leather, especially if we're gonna be doing stone aspect, but
Yeah. Yeah, no. That's cool. Like, I don't know. I still haven't checked out Lost Ark yet. Buddah did all the research, not me, but...
well, oh, I don't. Ray, did you ever play? Jesus, did you ever play Diablo 3? Because the best thing, well, not the best thing, but the first thing that really came to mind when I was watching that was it has a lot of Diablo 3 vibe to it. Not as a positive or as a negative, just as observation. But once it showed, hey, you know, you can customize your ship and it'll have, well, I assume customizing your ship will actually have effects that are beyond cosmetic. And then it's like, oh, and then you can, you know, improve and customize your stronghold. Those are actually the 2 main aspects that really caught my attention. But yeah, no, it looks like an interesting game. Oxide, 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 oxide. God, all the animals were up here. No wonder they couldn't find them.
So Ray has played D3.
But obviously, we're enthralled with this, and
Yeah, we're gonna be stuck on Icarus for a while.
yeah, this and Monster Hunter. Besides, if I learned one thing from playing Diablo 3, is once I started looking at, you know, hey, you know, if you're going to play this character, here's some recommendations on, you know, the equipment and the skills you should do. And then all of a sudden I went from doing, you know, 1,000 damage to 100,000 damage. I realized I was not a very smart person.
What's BDO?
No, you got me on that one too. No, can't think of a single game that fits that acronym.
Black Desert Online.
Oh, well, you played Black Desert. Well, we both played Black Desert. We didn't play online though.
We played Black Desert Online or Black Desert.
No, we played Black Desert. It was a sort of a Final Fantasy Tactics-esque game, if I remember correctly.
Got a blank on that one.
You did. You played it more than me, but yeah.
Black
How
Desert.
much copper do you have? Yeah.
I have 80 copper and 198 iron, and I'm heading home because I'm stuck. I'm stuck. There we go. All right, I'm stuck. I don't remember playing Black Desert. Buddah seems to think I did.
He did.
Oh shit. Good night, Ray. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next one, man.
Yeah. All the way up until the 11th, in which case I'm assuming you're going to disappear like a fart in the wind. I got some Lost Ark to play.
Anyways, have a good night, dude. I don't know. Talk to you next time.
Now, speaking of which, why the family togetherness shift, anyways?
My brother has I think he's supposed to go to on Saturday, so I got tomorrow open to play.
Okay.
Stream's open, and I start Lost Ark on the morning of the 8th. All right, man. Well, good luck.
I thought the game didn't go live until the 11th.
Some people got connections.
Seriously. You know who I am? I'm Ray. And Ray don't wait until no 11th. I hope you don't talk in the third person. I'm not gonna lie.
I sometimes talk in the third person.
I do it sarcastically and ironically. I don't do it legitimately.
XioniX finds this opinion offensive.
Actually, now that I think about it, Buddah almost never talks in the third person. Of course, that was one of those things that actually caught my attention, you know, when you really start paying attention to Japanese and what have you, is while they have terms for, you know, I, you and stuff like that, they're almost quite third person in a lot of ways, where Buddha's doing this, Buddah feels bad, Buddha's hungry, Buddah go take a piss, you know. Like, there's a lot of where you're like, why are you saying your name instead of, like, you know, I or something like that? I don't know. Cultural norms and all that jazz. It's just observation.
So we were last week, family get together. We were playing this board game. It was
your mortar and pestle is not sheltered.
fucking what?
Oh, it's sheltered now.
Fucking better be goddamn sheltered.
Hey, I clicked on it and it's like, hey, this isn't sheltered, and I was like, say what? Sorry, back to you.
So it's this apparently it's like this 30-year-old game where you have these aliens and you have to attack each other constantly, and basically you need to set up like 5 colonies to win the game. And one of the aliens was called Macron, and he looked like
Go French.
he looked like the guy in Futurama. I
Is that
am
Brannigan?
no, I am from Omicron Persei 8.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
Yeah, he looked just like to me, and so I got this guy, and his ability is basically like all his spaceships are like 4 times more powerful. Like it's totally fucking broken as far as I could tell.
Yeah.
But for the entirety of the game, um, every time I talked, I'm like, accepts this alliance. Like,
I will destroy you. No, that's the other guy actually. The news
yeah,
alien guy.
yeah. God damn it, what the hell was his
I
name?
never remember his name.
But yeah, like the entirety of it, I was just doing this. I was from Omicron Persei 8.
You know what they say? Men are from Omicron Persei 6. Women are from Omicron Persei 9. Or 7 and 9, my bad.
and
uh,
it started getting on the nerves of my mom. It's like, this is why we don't invite you to family get-togethers anymore.
Because I have a sense of humor?
She didn't like the talking in third person.
It's so applicable. And if you are on the inside track, apropos.
Yeah, I know. Like, seriously.
You know, Mother, the fact that you're not seeing the humor in what I'm doing is quite distressing to me.
The
2,
important
3,
thing is
4,
that you
5,
produce a child that
6,
has this sense of humor.
8,
Not that you
9,
get it,
10,
but
12, 13. So you got pretty much 1,300 plus wheat.
that's a lot of wheat. Would you like some bread, good sir?
I would love some.
Well, I will make some bread.
Appreciation
Since
of
we
much.
are apparently making the chimichangas.
The Michigans.
That's right, the Michigans. We are making the Michigans. Not, in fact, the chimichangas.
We have learned that Twitch does not recognize the sovereignty of the chimichangas.
Which does not. Chimichanga got spell checked to Michigan. So you know what? We embrace this decision.
Hmm. Twitch is infallible, especially when it comes to chimichanga. I mean, Michigans.
Michigans. That's how people make rent. Is they make the Michigans, not the chimichangas.
What weird times we live in. Does nobody respect the sovereignty of the chimichangas? I mean, if
Nobody.
Twitch doesn't, nobody does.
As per tradition. And put the iron back in the fire.
I was gonna say, with all the iron we made, you should be solid for a second.
Yeah, no, I'm just going through and making certain bits and pieces.
So I'm still doing a
uh,
pretty hard focus on iron and coal
copper.
when I see it.
Well,
Do you
I
need
mean,
more copper?
we can use more
Oh,
copper, but so basically it's in order to get up to the machining bench, which is what we need for the good armor, I need nails, ingot, epoxy. Um,
Well, my thought process more came down to, I mean, armor obviously is up there and what we want, but for me, it's we want to get to that stupid um, composter.
hmm.
So we want to be able to make the what? What?
Apparently, my mortar and pestle isn't covered.
Sheltered.
It
Told
is
you,
not
wasn't making it up.
sheltered.
I mean, when I went back into it, it fixed itself. So you might want to just exit and go back in.
I may need to just make a window.
Ah, they lied. Ah, no, there we go.
Fire shelter.
So yeah, composter, and then getting our first can out. That was my first priority because that's going to be the longest issue we're going to have to deal with.
Okay, I don't know why the mortar and pestle is having a fit. The device is not sheltered.
So, for those of you watching, this has been literally well, I believe it's the Windows. The only issue that's come from the Windows
Yeah, no, like, this is
is the
weird.
mortar and pestle. Nothing else has ever had a gripe, but the mortar and pestle, I think this is the second or third time I've seen it. No, 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 I'm not sheltered.
Apparently the mortar and pestle got damaged. This device is not sheltered. Oh, okay, it's sheltered now? Are you happy now?
Damn it.
You whiny piece of... Alright. Okay. Let's open the window. Okay. Why? Fix your
Say no, no.
game.
Ah, I was right. Fuck.
Alright. Apparently I needed to move the mortar and pestle a couple of inches away from the window. And now it's happy.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your pestle.
Now, as long as the mortar and pestle is happy, everything can continue. Anyways, back to the machining bench. 40 iron ingot. Have my iron ingot. Now I need... Alright.
I mean,
Wow,
I'm right in a
that
very
bench
sad
is
way.
apparently took damage too.
What kind of low quality house are you building, man?
I don't know. But apparently certain things have taken damage, and I'm not 100% sure how or why.
I mean, I guess it's possible that's part of the. That's unfortunate. It's part of the
Guess.
update.
Yeah, maybe I just need to be more conscientious with my windows. Maybe I actually need to put windows on everything. Well, let's see what happens with this storm. This will be a good litmus test.
Why that's the popular term. You know what a litmus test is used for? And I guess I could be wrong on this, but
Hmm.
it's a test used for, or it's a piece of paper that tests if something is an acid or a base. If I'm recalling my chemistry accurately.
So saith the litmus.
Iron, copper, copper, bauxite, and coal.
Yes, I am missing.
Go to bed real quick.
It's not quite nighttime yet.
We should be able to still skip everything unless there's some specific you're going for.
I mean, the storm isn't going anywhere, but
No, the storm isn't, but I want to go back to the cave.
oh, I gotcha.
I, in my infinite stupidity, I took a crafting bench with me, but just like I thought, inside the cave does not count as sheltered because it's incomplete and has issues. So I now have a crafting bench that might possibly get destroyed by the wind.
Um,
Being too oh, no, no, not being too hopeful.
so my windows may be.
Hazardous now.
Yeah, looks like my. Yeah, the flour isn't being processed anymore. Um, uh, I don't know why it's being susceptible right now.
Updates, man.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the updates. None of the other crafting benches seems to be affected, but what the shit, game?
So now you can't just have windows everywhere. You have to have windows in specific locations.
I can't have windows at all, apparently. Okay. I don't know why the mortar and pestle's taking damage. It's like literally the only thing here that's taking fucking damage.
Don't know what to tell you on that front, Haas.
What the... Okay, yes, as long as it's being dumb. Alright, I guess going forward, I just won't make windows anymore. They're nice, but they're not fucking required.
And they are now a liability.
Yeah.
Actually, you can now, if you want to really test some shit out, make yourself that building hammer and see if you can just turn it from window wall to wall.
Well, I put in the actual window thing, which you can open and close.
Ah, got it.
And when they're closed, the crafting bench seems to be happy.
Yeah, the one for me that I was curious about is the leather curtains.
Man, I'm not inclined to burn through our leather before we get
Yeah, me
concrete,
neither. I'm just saying it was something that was coming to mind.
Yeah. Okay. So it seems to be doing okay there. Pull out my water. Boop. Make me flatbread dough. Oh. So I need epoxy.
Now that I'm not dedicating almost a constant to, well, I could have, but the hunting was horrible.
Yeah. And make 100 crushed bone.
Oh, speaking of which, can you make a 12 steel? Well, no, we still need the concrete furnace, actually.
Mm-hmm. I'm working up to there, but I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Yeah.
But I'm building that direction.
Copper, iron. Coal. Don't need you.
Yeah, now like for now we just need iron, copper, and coal. But at the same time, I think we want to wait until, because I think we have enough.
Alright, then I will switch to hunting.
I just need to finish crafting everything, so to speak.
And whatever. Because, I mean, we still need more iron ingot, but they're obviously being processed at this particular moment.
Yeah, we do need more iron ingot. We absolutely do. But I want to kind of limit how much mining we do until we get better picks.
No, and that's part of the reason why I haven't tried to touch gold and stuff like that. Actually, I don't even know if I'm allowed to, but still.
Yeah.
But we got 1, 2, 3. We essentially got over our 350 iron ore being processed at the moment.
Baking some bread. epoxy. Okay, making the machining bench now. That is not the correct bench. Iron nails back. Machining bench. Alright, so now I need
Ouch. I'm smart. Thank you, Bray and or Brain, who told me I can use the knife to harvest bones.
so I should have more tree sap. I always use more tree sap. Grab some more stone.
Hooray, another useless level up.
You can learn more blueprints that I have more than I
Oh!
know.
Please. Okay, good.
Honestly, I have like 46 unspent blueprint points.
I'm at 52, so yeah. No, we're pretty much at the point where we could just round all that shit off.
Yeah, no, basically when it's like it was the like the skinning bench. You're like, I need a skinning bench. I couldn't make a skinning bench. Oh shit, I haven't researched that yet. I have 40 fucking points. I'll just spend one on the goddamn skinning bench because it doesn't fucking matter anymore. Because we have more goddamn blueprint points than we know what to do with. However, I only have 6 talent points, which are now elixirs.
I'm still surprised you haven't used them.
I don't know what I would use them on.
Not using them is pointless, though. Just like, you know, elixirs. If you just hold on to them, like I usually do, then you're just letting them sit there and be pretty.
I am waiting for... You need this talent to make this item.
As far as I know, I think there's only 1 or 2 of those left, dude. And I don't even know if
But the thing is like you needed a talent to make Gilly, you needed a talent to make Polar Bear. So for me it was God damn it.
Honestly, actually, I don't even think you can get to the ones that require talents. Because the repair bench requires you to finish off like the repair tree or what have you, so that's you're not doing that with 6 points. Yeah, no. That and water bomb seem to be the only 2 things that require talent, as far as I can tell, that you're going to be concerned about. I'm assuming you have, but have you? If not, have you done dense packing at least?
Um, we're yeah, no, dense packing is maxed out. Um,
Then, ooh, get weight. Oh no, that's in a different area. Fuck. I was gonna say get waste not or waste not. 10%. Well, chance to find additional resources while mining. That would be super.
that would definitely be nice to have. Um, but at the same point, I only have 6 points left.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. So I need a shit ton of epoxy.
Define a shit ton, and is it more than what I have on? Oh, wait. Here's 40 epoxy.
I need more than 40.
How much do you need?
That's not gonna help me with my broken eyes, apparently.
I need a number, man. I need a number.
Give me a second. So 8, 16, so 24, 24, 32, 32 plus 32, so 64, and another 16, so 64 plus 18, so 70, 82. So I need 82 epoxy in total for the armor. Now,
So you need another 42 epoxy.
so we need aluminum ingot. So hopefully you've made oh no, because you still need the concrete.
Yeah, the concrete furnace takes 12 epoxy.
So
So
prioritize that first.
well,
The
I'm
armor
making a
won't.
shit ton of epoxy right now.
Okay, I just do the concrete armor for our concrete furnace first. That is more important than the armor.
Roger that.
God damn it! I keep forgetting that I have a backpack, so I can't carry dead animals.
Oh, I have a backpack, right?
Yeah,
Hey, I
it's
have
in
a
the.
backpack.
This is
Backpack.
why he's in charge of building the base. Well, minus the fact that he sets it on fire from time to time.
I make buildings. You make weapons and gear.
Yeah, it's gonna say weapons, armor, equipment, everything that's not housey.
Essentially, yes.
Oh, and bows. I'm very good at making bows. That's still something that bugs me about this game. Why did they choose such a low talent threshold? Like it's nonsensical. I mean, to be fair, do you want that people to be able to make characters that can do everything? Okay, fine, not. But do you really want to be like, hey, we only want you to make characters that are hyperly specialized? Like you get 1.5 trees at best.
It does seem like a dumb limitation. Um,
Well, it's like a bunch of other things that are, movies, other video games, and whatnot. You just sort of sit there. It's like, okay, so we're gonna give everybody, because it's obviously not like 40 skill points. It's probably closer to like 75 or something like that. We're gonna give everyone 75 skill points. Well, what will that allow the player to do? It'll allow them to get about one tree and maybe half of, well, a little less than half of another tree. Are you sure that's a game seller? That's something that people are gonna be like, oh yeah, I know.
Well,
And I just got you a shit ton more wheat, by the by.
okay. Um, Now the one thing that so one of the features of this game is that either of us can start this mission and run this mission.
Yeah.
The hell did the tree sap go? Oh,
Or
it's
what? What?
never mind. I'm being dumb. Um, right.
Something about starting the mission.
So,
Yabba dabba, I burned down the house. Yabba dabba.
um, me and Kevin were talking about it, and
Work guy?
yeah, work guy,
And just make sure.
and
Well, hello, farming orgy. I see about 8 deer apparently getting it on. Kind of feel bad trying to break this up.
want me to help you kill it?
I think I got it. Why do I hear angry music?
There was a wolf in there. Oh, you found it.
So you and Evan.
So me and Kevin, we were.
Oh, I thought you said Evan, not Kevin.
So we were talking about this game, and one of the features of this game is that you can, like, if I'm not online, you can restart this mission and you can play it by yourself.
Yeah.
That means the mission is stored on a central server somewhere. And in order to have this be an option, a viable option as a game company, you need to be able to limit how long the various sessions last. And so what we were talking about was the 7-day limitation on a mission wasn't birthed out of a gaming idea. It came
Just
out of
a server requirement idea.
exactly, because you couldn't save an indefinite number of games on your servers. You had to have a reason to clear out those games.
But isn't there a bit of a wrench in this machine then, with the fact that they have 30-day missions, which are more likely to accumulate more items, more avatars, more...
But the thing is
whatever.
you are limited to 16 players per mission.
Yeah. I thought it was 8.
Was it only 8? Oh,
I
yeah,
thought it
you're right.
was.
It is only 8. Yeah. You can only have 8 people playing on a single mission. So, 8 people have access to a single mission. That's it. And those missions expire after a certain amount of time, which frees up memory on the server. So I don't think this real world timer is actually a game mechanic that they went, I think this will be cool. I think this
Oh.
real world timer is them solving a problem with their servers being overloaded by abandoned games.
And I could sort of see that. Can't believe I got away with that.
I mean, if you don't have these games stored on a central server, then only I can host because I
Yeah,
started the game. But you can
but
host.
yeah,
In order for
and we've
that
seen that.
feature to work, the the game state has to be stored on a central server. And the number of games that get abandoned and no one ever comes back to has got to be fucking enormous.
I could see that.
So they turned that into a mechanic where if you abandon a character for more than a week or 30 days for this mission or 6 hours, like they turned a limitation of the game of their servers into a game mechanic. They took a bug and turned it into a feature.
Well, well, remember though, that was one of those things that kind of enticed you though, was so there's going to be missions that, you got a couple hours to play. You got other missions where you'll have days to play and stuff like that. Now, it's not as dynamic as you thought it was, but it was still something.
Yeah, no, the way they presented the idea, and this is why I fucking hate marketers, is marketers lie to you. Marketers are dirty, rotten fucking liars.
Marketers emphasize things that they
Marketers are
view as
dirty.
beneficial.
Marketers lie to you more than statistics lie to you.
I actually still think statistics get a bit of a bad rap. The problem is the dumbasses that you try to um interpret the statistics. That are like,
Mm,
oh yeah, no, look at this. When Joe Biden unlocked the fuel, whatever, the fuel reserve for the military, the gas prices went down by like 20 cents. Yeah, that's like not even or 1/10 of how much the gas prices have risen since he became president. But still,
yeah, no. I think this was a limitation of the technology turned into a feature of the game. I think that
and
is
it
a
makes sense
hundred
to me.
percent what this game what the like that's what breathed life into this session based idea is they took a limitation, then they went, we can turn this into a game mechanic.
Mm-hmm. Now,
You
I'm
know.
just a little surprised. Well, yeah, no, I'm actually surprised in a handful of different ways when it comes to this game, though, because first off, if you want quicker game sessions, then why would you have so much convoluted issues, like just to get to the machining bench that we've done? I mean, we're not, speedsters as it were, but we're not exactly scrubs anymore either.
Yeah.
So you look at that and go, you know, if you want to streamline things so people don't just have a game sitting there, wouldn't you do something about that? And they really don't.
What would you do about that? How would you clear that game from your server
You
if the
make
people that were
more.
playing the game stopped playing?
Well, if they stop playing, that's one thing. But what I'm more thinking is you make the emphasis to where, like, building the house that we just did here, this would be for, well, I guess technically what we're doing, a longer map, where we were doing this on 6 and 7 day maps, but like you were saying, one of the emphasis were, okay, you know what? You have this mission. You have 2 hours to finish this mission, 1 hour to finish this mission. Like, you make missions that are critiqued for, hey, you know what? You got a short amount of time. You have to build a limited amount, or what limited amount of resources are you going to build? And then you emphasize that aspect where they're still, well, as far as I'm concerned, they're at the point where they're kind of emphasizing, hey, you know what? You got a shit ton of time to play. You don't have to worry about, finishing this tonight or something like that. And that's where if they made missions where you almost have to be sprinting, but if you're sprinting, either they have to, God damn it, guess I'll go inside. You have to shorten like the the smelting process or the mining process. Like, you have to make certain changes, and that's where my brain's at. Where if they wanted to have focuses on shorter, quicker runs, then they needed to have it to where you can make, say, the longbow without the crafting bench, or the crafting bench can make more, like, have the crafting bench but eliminate the textile bench and shit like that, so that one bench will allow you to do a lot more than what is. So, I mean, they could have optimized it for quicker runs, which I think you were more interested in, but I don't know. I still think they did a pretty decent job. I
No,
still
they
obviously
did.
have my critiques.
Obviously, I love this game. I'm playing the
Mm-hmm.
shit out of this game. I think this is a great game. It's not a complete game, but I think it's a great game. I think there's all the pieces are here. I think this is a very, very fun game to play. But at the
Yes.
same time, that was one of the things I was thinking about is the session based multiplayer where a mission expires at most at 30 days means that there's servers that store these sessions because you can start the session, I can start the session. That means the session is obviously stored on the server.
Yeah. No, and I understand every aspect of what you're saying. I'm just thinking though that if they were worrying more about, clearing their servers because of demand and what have you, I don't know. Why would, like, there shouldn't be 30-day missions. Like, week-long missions should be the cap, just so that they have a higher turnover rate. But who knows? Maybe, well, you would know better than me. Maybe a higher turnover rate would actually do
Well, that's what
more
they're
damage
saying
to
is that
servers.
they came up with a maximum limit. How long can we store these missions before they become a hindrance? And the maximum amount of time they can store these missions is 30 days. So they started at that point where these the servers store a mission for 30 days and then they delete the missions. Well, what happens to the characters that are logged into these missions? Well, maybe they should just die. Like, I'm just saying that they had this technical limitation of we can store a mission for 30 days. And other than that, our servers are going to be overwhelmed. So we need to clear out these old abandoned missions periodically. And then the
Yeah.
question comes up, what do we do with the characters that are logged into these missions? And that comes the next question, well, maybe they should die. These characters are logged into these missions, they've been abandoned. Why don't these characters die? They've been left. Like the humans that are playing these characters have fucking left. Maybe these characters should die. And I can see the logical reasoning and the logical progression leading up to the point of okay, so if these characters,
God damn it! I need to make myself a hammer. Apparently, since our roof is falling in.
yeah,
No, and like I said, I agree with everything you've said in its entirety. I just don't. Okay, so I need more wood. I just don't understand why. I mean, have some outliers as 30 days, but why would you have it to where your dorm is a week? That's the thing that's throwing my perspective is you think that if that limitation was one of their deciding factors, don't get me wrong, yes, turn it into a feature. But wouldn't you make most of your maps be, an hour, 2 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours, or 12 hours, 24 hours, a couple of days, and then a handful would be a week maximum, and then you would have like a few. Those would be the 30-day missions. Those would be the, okay, you know what? I know you're not going to play every day, but at the same time, you're logging in now for a very extended mission where you're going to be running pretty much across the entirety of the map to complete a mission. And then that's where things like, oh, you know how you had to, well, the whole electronics issue we had with payday and what have you,
Hmm.
then that's where that makes more sense. And so maybe that's where it's like, okay, the resource requirements is now more based on the length of the mission than anything else. So if you're playing a longer mission, then all of a sudden electronics are ridiculously expensive and the things that require electronics are higher. Where after that,
But that's the evolution of the thought process. You have this 30-day maximum. You can store a game session for 30 days. You have this limitation. And someone comes up with the idea and says, well, what if we make it a mechanic in the game where you have to finish a mission within 30 days
well,
or
I'm
your
still
character
arguing like,
dies?
shouldn't 30 days be the maximum? Well, it
I,
is the maximum.
I think it
But
is the maximum.
shouldn't you make it to where a week is closer to a maximum and not the norm? Because just about everything is a week, where there's plenty of things that are, well, there's very few things that are 6 hours, 24 hours.
Well,
Remember,
I
because
think, but that's the whole idea that that's the whole idea I'm trying to convey is that you have the starting point is the 30-day limitation on the mission, and you take that 30-day limitation and you go, well, okay, so we have this mechanic where after 30 days your character dies. Let's embrace this mechanic. And that's where I think the whole um
I think I understand what you're saying, but I think you're not understanding what I'm saying.
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
So,
Um
part of the issue is space limitation. Agreed?
yeah, that's the initial that is the impetus is
So,
space limitation.
now if space limitation is one of the main deciding factors, then, and yet again, one of the things you were interested when it came to this game is the fact that you're going to have shorter missions. You're going to have to be efficient. You're going to have to trim the fat. How do I do this quickly, efficiently, and whatnot? And possibly, the quicker you do a mission, the more, say, bonuses, the more reward you get for being effective doing a mission. Correct?
Yeah.
So now, if this was to be, say, one of the main features of the, well, bug turn feature of the game, then wouldn't you have missions that were an hour long, 2 hours long, 6 hours long, 8 hours long, 12 hours long, whatever. You would have actually more short missions, and then when it came to the longer missions, that's when you start having a week. And then you have things like epic missions, and this is where you would have the very few 30 days. Now, don't get me wrong, there are very few 30 days, but almost every mission is a week long, where that's where I'm having the issue, where it's like, I think the week long, while more numerous than the 30 days, should be outnumbered by the um the the 2 hours, the 8 hours, the 16 hours, the 24 hours. So the week longs, well, available should not be the norm. I need 2 more epoxy, please. So that's more what I was trying to say and focus on is I understand everything that you're saying. I just if that was part of the logic that they were running with, I just think that they would have uh shorter missions that would force you to be, hey, I'm playing. And actually, that would also be another bonus because there are people, Candy Crush type thing. Okay, I'm playing Candy Crush. I'm playing Candy Crush. I am now dedicating, say, 30 minutes to this. So if they're now taking advantage of the shorter missions, then that would lead to a greater base, and it's only the more extreme that would actually be doing all the hardcore stuff to, okay, I'm going to be doing this 7-day mission, and this 7-day mission is now going to have a higher requirement level. And I don't think they're hitting that middle zone properly where it's like, if you're going to be faffing about, you get a week to faff about. Fine, that makes perfect sense. But at the same time, why give a week to somebody to faff about instead of making the mission based on the idea that, you know what? You got an hour. So if you start this mission, you're just going to spend the next hour. And we're going to curtail this mission to where doing this in an hour, well, it might be a little tight. It will be something that is achievable. So, I mean, I don't know if you're still seeing or not seeing the differentiation of what I'm saying or in
No,
what
no,
you're thinking.
I just disagree with you entirely.
All right, that's fine.
Me and you are streaming this game. We have a regular schedule of streaming this game. And
Yeah.
some of these week-long missions, at least one in particular,
Yeah.
we were really worried about being able to clear.
But
And
I still argue that's more of an optimization on their end. But to be fair, I mean, Ray, apparently that badass cleared it in a day, just done. I mean,
yeah,
I guess if we
but
streamed completely.
Ray is an outlier. We are outliers, or
Yeah,
we are closer to the normal.
I was
We
gonna
we
say,
are
yeah, we're
closer to
probably
the
closer to the mean.
average, where we get to the point where we got to the end of the week, and we were worried if we were going to be able to clear that mission by the end of the week, and we did. We did clear
Yeah,
it by the end of the week. But the thing is we had to make a special attempt to make sure we cleared that mission within a week.
yeah,
We put 15 hours into that mission.
yeah.
That's 15 hours of gameplay in a week. Normal people cannot play a game for 15 hours a week. We are not normal. We are not. We are not the average. We are
Well, and see,
absolutely not the average.
this is where I agree and disagree though, because that's what I'm saying. Optimize the game to where, hey, you know what? This map is completable in say 2 hours, and the 2 hours, the 4 hours, the 8 hours, those should be the norm across the board. Everything or most of the maps should be in a way that you can beat this map in in a single playthrough, a sit down, as it were. And then you start having, say, the week long maps. And then these are kind of like the payday map that we were having issue with. And then from there, that's when you have the 30-day maps, which are even rarer than the week long maps. And the week long maps are the month long maps. Like, that is, you know what? You're probably going to have to be putting in, say, 5 hours, 10 hours a week. You're going to have to come in, you're going to have to sign in, you're going to have to be going around, you're going to have to be collecting. This is a map that is very intensive, but that's why it's a week long, or not a week long, a month long, and not a week long. So, yeah, no, I understand that what we're doing is not the norm, but at the same time, that's where it's like, you know what? If there are people out there who want to do the extreme, then have extreme maps for them. And some people are going to attempt it, and don't actually, that's another thing. Maybe there needs to be a bailout feature where it's like, you know what, no, we're not going to be finishing this in the the week, the month, or what have you.
You
So then you
can
allow
bail
them.
out in this game.
You
You
can.
can, yeah, you can jump in your spaceship and fuck off without completing the mission. That is
Oh, that's
100% an
right.
option.
That's right. My bad.
That
But
is
so,
100% an option.
I'm storing 300 plus wood. Yeah.
Going to bed, making a refill. Be right back.
Yeah. See. Yeah, no, I just think that if they're going on resource or off of resource management, then they would put a greater focus on short-term missions than they would on long-term missions. That's the main crux of my perspective is
Well, I'm just saying it was a resource management issue that they turned into a feature.
yeah.
But the thing is they were still trying to keep in mind the average player. The average player cannot play a game like I mean,
Well, that's
a
where
kid
that's where
can, a teenager can, but a 25, 30-year-old adult may
well
or may
that
not be able to play a game for 15 hours a week.
well that's where I was talking about though, because you have to think about think of games like um Fortnite, PUBG, Rocket League and stuff like that. These
Yeah.
are games that are based on it's short, it's sweet. And that's where I'm saying that if they're worried about resource management, that's where I figured they would have a chunk of their emphasis is okay, you know what? We're gonna have people. They're not gonna be able to dedicate a shit amount of time, a shit ton of amount of time. So we're gonna have a handful of maps that require an extended period or extended period of time, and then we're gonna have even less amount of maps that are like, dude, these people are going for an epic. In which
Yeah.
case, that's the 30 days. There should be like, I don't know, six, eight 30-day missions in the entirety of this. And then outside of that, let's just or expand or go from that and say there should be 16 week-long missions, and then everything else should be a day or shorter. In which case, it's like, you know what? I got 2 hours. I want to play some Icarus. I enjoy Icarus, so I'm gonna sign in and I'm gonna do a mission that's an hour, 2 hours, 2 hours maximum, 3 hours maximum. So I got a bit of wiggle room, and then I go from there. And that's more the way I would think you would want to do a game like this, especially if you're trying to turn a limitation into a feature. Because think about it, let's pretend this game, in a sense, became pseudo next WoW, and then you have millions of people signing on. The fact that you made it to where you have so many week-long missions isn't it going to destroy your servers?
I mean, you cannot plan on being WoW. You cannot plan on being that popular. That's something
And that
you
is
have to
true.
react to.
And that is true, but it, because part of the reason, it's actually one of the funny issues. Like yet again, Japan. I'm a bit of a weeb. I'm to everyone watching is they actually do not do not or cannot one of the two embrace um, console culture because they don't have enough living space. Like to have a TV, to have the console, to have all that stuff set up, and for the most part be stationary. They don't have enough space and room for that. So this is something that they don't really do. So they do more mobile. So most of the gaming that happens in Japan is mobile gaming. So the amount of, like, I don't know, PlayStation 5s that are in Japan is probably minuscule in comparison to just about everywhere else in the world that can purchase a PlayStation console. Yet again, when it comes to um, Xbox, because they have space limitation, they have time limitation. So if you're gonna have time limitation be a thing, then uh you make decisions based on that. So I don't know. It seems like it's a bit more of a growing market that people. Well, okay, Bear, that's all yours. Okay, or not. I might need help with this. I only got 10 arrows. Oh, fuck berries. No. Thank God for ghillie suit.
You mean
But
hunter armor?
that too. There's a bear outside our house, but
Yeah,
oh,
no.
we're
I came out
attacking
to
it.
fight a bear. I got a good,
Rhythm.
yeah.
Okay, I'm just wasting arrows apparently.
I do
Leave it to me.
not have
I
a
gotta.
strong enough knife to skin that fucker.
Oh, I. Do you want a bone knife? I don't know how much hunting you actually do.
I don't do a great deal of hunting, but it wouldn't be bad to have. Um,
But yeah, no. If I were the people in charge of this game, I think I would go for the more people who want to play short term as the majority, and then the ridiculous people like me and you who want to play, longer maps. Then you have those as an option, but not as a feature. So I would optimize more maps to be shorter so that it's easier to, just bam. I'm gonna pick up a game. I'm gonna play it for a half hour, 2 hours, what have you. Well, I think hour would be my low end on this, maybe two.
yeah.
And then everything beyond that, it's like, okay, then you're signing up for a more complex, intense, experience. In which case, obviously, you already know how intense it is to do a 2 hour mission. So if you're gonna do 2 or 4 hour mission, then well, all of a sudden that there's more that goes into that. But I mean, obviously, I've never made a game, especially no, I made that Hunt the Wumpus game. I have technically made a game.
Yeah.
Outside of that, yeah, no. When it comes to this, it's just the same general. You know, how did somebody make a garbage game like this? I mean, somebody thought it was brilliant. But this game, based on your reaction and my perception, I would
Honestly,
have
I
made
think
it
this
to where
game is brilliant.
it is.
I think they made some very hard decisions. You seem to think the decision about the real world time constraint is an easier decision than I think it is. Because I feel like they were trying to appeal to a broader audience.
But how
And
does a 2 hour mission not apply to a broader audience? Like I said, you make it to where it's uh
because even us look at a 2 hour mission and go, that's going to be fucking hard.
well, but that's where it goes back to the other thing I was saying though. That's more based on the optimization of the game. If they optimized it to where a 2 hour mission is more tenable, which is what I would have done,
We don't
because
know how hard a 2 hour mission is. We haven't done one yet.
There isn't one, as far as I know. The shortest one is
There's a
6.
3-hour mission.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Is it a hardcore mission? In
It's a
which
3
case,
skull mission.
well, and that's the other area that I have a issue with, where it's like, I mean, how many people are, I mean, there's plenty, I guess, that are into hardcore missions, but seriously, I'm down with some tighter missions, but making them hardcore, you're down, then you're down, and the only way you get up is because, you know, somebody revives you. Like, can I have, say, something like a 3-hour mission that isn't either you're awesome expert or you're a little bitch? I mean,
I don't know. I've been playing this game
there's
enough.
a middle ground.
I mean, so we are at tonight. We are at 2.5 hours right now. I have played this game enough that I know a 3-hour mission means you don't build shit.
Well, next is shit, but yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
You don't build a goddamn thing. You come down with what you need. You do the mission and you GTA like that. That's it. So that's the thing that scares me about the 3-hour missions in this game. It takes so long to get set up.
But that's because how they set it up. And that's the thing that's getting me is it should be easier to... Okay. Sorry, hold on. No, we need more copper ingot. Concrete mix. We do not have concrete mix. Do more stone. You're getting more stone. But yeah, no, I like I was saying, just more in a general sense, I would have optimized this game for shorter missions. I just made a single biofuel can. I was gonna make a compositor, but I still need 3 more concrete.
Yeah, I am making more concrete. That was actually what I was working on right now. I wanted
to... Just made a biofuel composite. Inventory. Composite. And biofuel can. So, if you can make a shit ton of...
You want tree sap, I'm assuming.
Well, tree sap also, but I was thinking more twigs, which is more your area.
Huh?
Okay, so I'm now making 12 steel along with that, so we can have the steel pickaxe. I think that still requires epoxy or something though.
Yeah.
Steel pickaxe, 4 epoxy, and 5 wood, so we need epoxy.
There should be epoxy in the mortar and pestle.
There is... six, I believe. Do you need tree sap for epoxy?
It's either bone or tree sap. But tree sap requires sulfur, and we're running low on sulfur.
We got 400 bone. Well, close to 400 bone.
Alright, I can use the bone for epoxy.
Yeah, putting the tree sap, well, I guess only... I'm putting 100 tree sap in, so now it's down to making, or having twigs. Need... 2 more epoxy, but I guess if I'm the only one mining, it's irrelevant.
But there's always more mining to be done.
Yep. But yeah, no, like I was trying to say, well, my emphasis is, I think with this game, I would have done a lot more focusing on having shorter rounds, shorter missions that are optimized than having it to where, hey, everything is damn near everything's a week long, and only for the hardcore there was the shorter missions, and then the longer missions, the 30-day missions. That's for everyone, because you go in, you fuff about for say 12 hours in total, then and we're gonna make it to where you don't die. You just go back to your ship. It's like that seems like the lowest. Well, and maybe that's the common denominator where, but at the same time, it seems like it's inverted where you want to emphasize the common player to play shorter missions, where you want the hardcore people to play the longer missions, where it's like, you know what, you need to craft all this shit, you need to hit these points, you need to set up radars, you need to set up way stations, there's an entire litany of things that you need to do, and those would be the month-long missions, or the 2-hour missions would be, okay, go down, collect 50 carrots, mine a dozen uh, iron, blah blah blah. Obviously I'm no expert in this, so I'm not even gonna pretend to have the proper idea for how to optimize it. It just seems like the shorter missions are for the scrubs, the noobs, the people that are coming in and wanting to play the game, and then the week long to the month long missions, those are for people who are like, I love this game. I want to go hardcore into this. It's like, okay, man, here's everything you need to do. It's literally a laundry list mixed with a grocery list, mixed with a chore list. There's plenty to do, and you're going to require hours, 20, 30, 40 hours to do this instead of 15 hours for that one mission. And don't get me wrong, it was a fairly intense mission, and they made it easier after we were done with it.
That's because a lot
Oh,
of people bitched about it.
eh. So how much? Well, we need sticks for the biofuel can. What'd you say? It's like 500 sticks or something like that?
Yeah, I'm dropping in 500 sticks
Yeah,
right
I
now.
was gonna say everything's all set up for that. Wait, what? And now I'm confused. Guess embrace the confusion. So if you can make 2 more epoxy,
Don't
but
know if I have the materials to make. Well, I guess you said I had bone. Okay.
yeah, we got, like I said, we got like 400 bone. You should be fine.
Okay. Take a leak real quick. Be right back. I'm
Yep.
chewing on shit.
He's taking a leak while chewing on shit. That sounds not healthy. Let's make more tree sap. Guess I'll just leave him to it. Well, I'm gonna be going mining first. I'm assuming he's hearing me, so he keeps doing what he's doing. I'm gonna go mine real quick.
You shouldn't mind without your steel pickaxe.
I have a steel pickaxe.
Oh,
I
well,
needed 2
have
more
fun.
epoxy so you can have a steel pickaxe. Of course, actually, it might be smarter for me to go for a shit ton of platinum so I can make a platinum pickaxe. But,
Well, you can't
let's
mine
see what happens.
platinum with stone, dude.
I have a steel pickaxe.
Mm.
So take my steel pickaxe, mine platinum, and then the platinum, or get the platinum so I can go straight to a platinum pickaxe. And then whether we're both mining or neither of us or only one of us are mining, we can at least have the platinum pickaxe. That's my current thoughty process. Besides, I got a 3D printed pickaxe. Um, do you know off the top of your head how we're doing on the coal end?
Um, we have 66 coal, so we're doing okay.
Okay.
We need more coal, but we're fine at the moment.
Of course, now that I think about it, just as a random oversight, who knows? Maybe the conversation we just had right now is something that actually does happen in a bunch of, developer video game rooms where it's like, I think it should be this. No, that doesn't make sense. I think it should be this. And maybe that's part of the reason why we run into some of the garbage games we have. I don't know. The wrong guy won out, something like that.
Well, and I mean, obviously, I work in software development. We have these types of conversations all the time, where we try and figure out what the user wants.
And how to optimize.
And generally speaking, when we design software, there is one immutable fact that is always true. And that fact is the user will never, ever use the software the way we expect them to.
Hmm. So yeah, I figured the immutable fact was the managers are always going to shift the goalpost and tell you, hey, you should add this, you should add this, you should add this. And the fact that you keep trying to
Yeah,
accommodate.
managers do that. They do. Um,
And like I said, I figured
I'm
that
just
was the
saying that it's no matter how smart you try and be, no matter how clever you try and be, with
mm,
your game design, with your software design,
your logic.
your
Yeah.
logic, no matter how thorough or careful you are with your planning, the user will always use your software in a way other than intended.
And honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing. It's an inconvenient thing. I will agree with that hardcore. But now
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it's one of those things as a software developer that you have to plan for. You have to know that it's going to happen.
yeah.
You have to know your users are basically monkeys with keyboards. And you have to plan for your users being a bunch of fucking monkeys with keyboards.
The part of me was thinking you should plan on them being hackers. That what can I get away with?
Also,
Don't get me wrong.
yes, but most of them are just monkeys. There will be a few hackers, but most of them just monkeys.
But yeah, no, for me, I guess I think back to some of the, might I say, pseudo successes that come to mind. Like Dishonored, at least the first one. Never played the second one.
Yeah.
And you know what? They made game mechanics and they made physics, and then they saw people playing the game and how they were manipulating the physics in ways that they never intended, and they were like, "Wow, that's it. That's actually kind of badass." And then they start tweaking the game to suit the manipulation that the gamers came up with, because you know what? That's actually very intelligent. That's very creative. We enjoy said, manipulation and make it easier. But then again, you also have the flip side of people who are like, you know what? We don't want the game to be that way. So you found a hack or found a manipulation. We're gonna literally program out the manipulation, even though it makes sense logically on the game that we made. So, yeah, it's. But I understand. Well, I understand my ignorance, I should say, when it comes to the programming angle, where it's like, you're right. I have no fucking clue when it comes to like, okay, I'm gonna make a program. It's gonna do all these things. It should make things smoother. It should make things more efficient. And then all of a sudden, you got people going, I have a problem with your so-called efficiency. Well, what's your problem? Okay, that kind of makes sense. That's kind of stupid. That kind of makes sense. That's kind of stupid. And at that point, yeah, and I guess that's where the, quote unquote wisdom of the crowd kind of kicks in, because if it's just one person telling you you're an idiot, okay, then it's one person. You got 1,000 users going, hey, can we have this one change? Wow, 1,000 people are saying this. They want this one change. Okay, maybe that guy's not an idiot. Maybe it's actually kind of a smart person
Can I have my
or
pickaxe
intuitive.
now?
Huh?
Can I have my pickaxe now?
Oh,
What do you
where'd you
need?
put the epoxy?
It's on the
Epoxy.
machining bench.
Oh, no, I need the. uh, I need that on the anvil. There you go. There's your very own steel pickaxe. It's on the anvil.
Hooray!
Oh, no, it's there for a reason then. Ooh, that's the other thing I should make.
Mm.
Um, an iron dagger.
Alright, well, I need a fair amount of iron
Yeah.
for my concrete upgrades.
And we need it for the can. And we're already working on the second can, so yeah.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I
I'm just saying
am.
in general. I'm gonna go pee real quick. No, and honestly, right now, I guess just based on this simple conversation, maybe I'm more compassionate on some games that they've done where it's like, this game is garbage. Like, what was it? Was it Resident Evil 5, I think? Wasn't that like Panda's the worst one or something like that?
Yeah. Mostly it's because Chris punched a rock, but yeah, it was panned as the worst Resident Evil. Well, mostly the worst Resident Evil. But I think it was mostly because Chris punched a rock. Kind of a dumb reason to become the worst. I played it. It was fun. I actually enjoyed Resident Evil 5. Wasn't as good as 4, obviously, but there was that point when I was punching the rock and I'm like, oh, you fucking dumbass. And
So ultimately, the reason why 5 sucks is because 4 was awesome. And when you're comparing it to 4,
yeah,
I
basically,
understand that.
that's my interpretation. Is 5 has the unfortunate um, problem of being compared to 4, and 4 was fucking amazing.
For me, that's sort of, well, actually, it's depressing and funny at the same time. So, I loved Mass Effect 1. Played the shit out of it. Like, it's one of the handful of games that as soon as I beat the game, I started a new game. So, yeah, no, I loved Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 2, it was a pretty good game. I enjoyed it. I have lots of issue with 2, so I prefer 1 over 2. And then 3 comes out, and 3 is absolute garbage. So all of a sudden, 2 looked great by comparison. 1 is still glorious as far as I'm concerned. But so it's kind of like the reverse. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the reverse process. But
Yeah, it's a lot of the same basic principle though. The problem is you have a sequel that's being compared to the predecessor, and the predecessor was fucking
Good,
amazing.
glorious. Yeah, it's in a range that is.
No iron? You didn't bring home iron?
No, I did platinum, coal, and aluminum. I thought we were all right on iron until I did what I did. So yeah,
No, we desperately need fucking
you
iron.
got your backpack right.
I do have my backpack. I'm actually
Yeah,
inclined to run to
new
the
one.
other super mine, but there should still be iron in the one you're going to.
Oh, there is. Like I said, I focused on platinum, on aluminum, and on coal. So now that it's more um, iron focus, I'll go back to the
Yeah.
base metals of iron and copper.
No, no copper. We're fine on copper. We need iron and gold.
Oh, gold now? I mean, I
Yes.
knew that was coming up, but I thought we had.
Yeah, we are at gold. We need gold now.
Bring some ramps.
Um, I can make some ramps.
Yeah. Like there's one gold that we're gonna have to pogo stick to get if we don't have ramps, so. As a pogo stick for some iron.
Fuck you, pig.
Come on, the proper term is I'll make you squeal like a piggy. I've never seen Deliverance as a note.
Alright.
I have to admit, after Archer, I've actually been half tempted to watch some more Burt Reynolds movies just to see, like, is there some foundation for the absolute fanboyism that's happening in that cartoon, or is it more just, hey, this is one guy who really loves Burt Reynolds?
He really loves Burt Reynolds.
He does really, but is it because, he was actually in kick-ass movies, or he just loved Burt Reynolds? Like, for me, I think back to, what's his name, Gerard Butler, and Ryan Reynolds. Those are two guys that, if they're in a movie, I'm really tempted to go watch that movie. I haven't watched all of Burt Reynolds, or not Burt Reynolds, Ryan Reynolds, and I haven't watched all of Gerard Butler's movies, but I've watched a fair amount. I enjoy them. And out of the 3 or 4 times I tried, oh fuck berries. You in the cave?
Damn.
I need your help.
What'd you do?
I'm over encumbered. Ah,
Oh.
you just got the gold in front. Now you're still in front. Okay.
Yeah, no.
That was almost exactly enough to drop.
What are you taking home?
100... 233 iron and 35 gold.
This is like a super fucking cave.
Well, it is
Never
a
mind. It's
star
not like a
cave,
super cave.
so
It is a
I was gonna
super
say,
cave.
It's a star cave. If it's not a super fucking cave, we kind of got cheated.
Copper, don't care. Take more gold.
So we, well, actually no, we probably do need more, but
Copper, copper, copper.
oh, I think I'm gonna need more epoxy then, though. Huh? That might be enough.
19.
Okay. I have just made 2 recurve bows, so you have a recurve bow on the machining bench. We got 40 aluminum ingots. I mean, I don't know how well you're going to be able to recall that shit, so we may be good, we may not be good. Put you in there, save some weight. You don't matter. Oh, shit.
3. 3. 4. 25. 2. Okay, that's it. That's max.
You know, I think this is why I keep trashing shit in Terraria.
Control click.
Yeah, control click auto shifts you from one to another, where in Terraria, control is like, oh, I want that in the trash. Heading back to the cave.
I need to build a goddamn ramp up there, because the direct run back to the house is right off the fucking cliff.
You can actually kind of Billy Goat it up. Yeah, actually, no, there's an easy Billy Goat up now that I think about it. So yeah, we don't need a ramp. The Billy Goat is easy. Son of a bitch. Fucking base explosion. Oh, I forgot to check that. Damn it. Check the cans. See if we need to make one more fuel can before you come back, if you would, please.
Yep, both cans are full.
I forgot that. I thought about it while I was going back, and then totally forgot. So what'd you return with anyways, out of curiosity? general broad strokes. I don't need specifics.
Gold, titanium, iron, copper. Just kind of like a smattering of fucking everything, really.
Yeah, no, I'm still in pretty much ignore titanium mode. Okay, that's it. I'm coming back with 168 iron and nothing else.
Nothing wrong with a bunch of iron. I'm gonna start burning oxide for organic resin.
Roger that. Oh, you might have seen it. The box that's near the skinning bench has 3 bandages. Don't know if you need that or not.
No, I don't need bandages. I'm okay. But it's
Oh, I
good to
mean,
know that they're there.
There's still the recurve bow also.
Get grab the recurve bow. We should go to bed.
That we should. work back here for a second?
Yeah, for a bit, I am.
Now, if you don't mind, just for a short, follow me.
Oh, I am working here for a second. That's what I interpreted your comment
No,
as.
I understand that, but I want to show you something. Then you come back.
Okay.
Sorry, out of stamina. And you can pretty much stop here. Up,
Talking
over.
about the billy goat up.
Yep. You see what I just did? You go up there, then you come up to here, then you come over to here, then you're up. So, no ramp required. And if you want, there's some
Stop,
billy goat right here.
Come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. There's 2 ramps.
Ah, thank you. And oxide if you need it.
Yeah, I'm grabbing
Actually,
silicone.
there's a shit ton of oxide up here.
Yeah, nah. While I'm here, I'm grabbing it.
But I
Yeah.
figured, you know, show you the ramp as it were, because it does save you time.
It does. It's a way up. But while I'm here, I might as well grab the oxide and silica that I have available. Because I do, in fact, need these things. However, a ramp would be nice.
I mean, you're the one with the weather resistance and whatnot. So if you want to do that, fine. I was just showing you that it's not necessary.
It's not about necessary, it's about convenient. If we only did what was necessary, humanity would not have evolved beyond the fucking cavemen.
Stone Age.
I'll say yes.
Makes me think of conversations that I've had. You don't need this. I don't need it. I want it. The fact that I want it is the most important aspect of this conversation.
And the thing is in this particular situation, having a ramp streamlines the process. It's not required. I know you can get up and down without it. I've done it.
If you want to expend the time and resources, I'm not going to stop you. I just think that that's efficient enough that it's like, not necessary. If you find it necessary, well, if you want it, I should say, then more power to you. That's your time, not my time.
I want it. I am progressive in this regard. I want to
So
advance.
you're about wasting resources. Got it.
I want to build. I want to grow. I want to become
So why'd
better.
you build this bridge to nowhere? It created jobs.
Straight up. I am creating jobs.
Okay. That's some shit right there.
What's up?
I made a or I took one of your ramps because I'm slightly overweight, and I decided to place it, thinking, okay, it's placed, even though it's raining or whatnot, it should be fine. As soon as I place it, it evaporated. It placed and broke. So now I only have one ramp. So I want another ramp from you if you would please. But yeah, I thought your ramps would be more resilient.
I mean, my ramps are
Hey,
perfectly
I placed it
resilient.
in the cave and it evaporated. That's all I can tell you.
I feel like this is probably user error.
You can watch the replay. That's that's on this front. Cause it was against the wall. I even walked up to try to see if I could like reclaim it, but nope. Let's go. Iron, 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 iron. Copper, copper, copper. Okay, another fuel can is full. We need sticks and tree sap, I believe. Oh, there was already a so we now have two biofuel cans. There's 200 tree sap. So we just need the sticks. Let's all chop some trees.
Um,
Stone. There. Goddamn pigs. I wonder how boars became pigs, you know, linguistic wise. Seems like a weird change. Of course, to be
Probably
fair. Huh?
boars were not delicious, but pigs were delicious.
Are you telling me that boar bacon is different from pig bacon?
Yeah, I'm just saying that once they discovered that bacon was delicious, it changed from a boar to a pig.
I don't know. No, I think back to I was talking to this one guy who was talking about the evolution of language.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about, you know, how why is deer called mutton, why is cow called beef and stuff like that. And ultimately it goes back
Mutton
to
is
the fact,
lamb.
is it lamb?
Mm-hmm.
What's deer called? Oh, venison. Venison, that's what it
Yep.
is. My bad. And the reason for the distinction was because it wasn't until about the, I want to say the 14th century, I don't remember when, that the English nobles actually spoke French, because French was the language of the aristocrats, the elites, and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess in French, you know, venison is deer, mutton is ham, beef is cow, and that's why we nowadays in English, you know, hey, I want some beef. It's because of the carryover um of the French influence. Okay, so I just put 400 wood into the um I keep wanting to say composite, not the um
Should be twigs, not wood,
I know,
but
but I
I'll
can't
take care
make
of it.
twigs.
I just
You are the twig maker. I am just
well,
the guy who
your
cuts
twigs
the
shouldn't go in there. They should go somewhere else so I can turn them into twigs.
well, I figured having the downtime was bad, so I just put the wood in. Or is some twigs in there, but
Okay,
that's just me being
what
dumb
is
apparently.
there?
I figured you were still occupado.
I mean that's enough wood for quite a few.
Cans.
Yeah.
Oh, I plan on cutting down some more trees, unless you want something else.
No, you're good. Cut that shit down. So, 500 sticks equals 100 wood. max out that stack of wood. Just to be certain I didn't fuck anything up.
Always good to be certain.
Always good to be certain.
But I have to admit, I'm working up to trying to get lock in 6.
Okay.
And I'm actually kind of half torn on doing a new game plus. I mean, I obviously don't know how to do it yet, but I'm half tempted. But at the same time, I still don't know. I don't even know if it's still a spell, but X Zone or whatever
I don't
is
think
still
Exxon
not.
is the thing.
So, how do you take out the Intanger then? Just magic his ass to death?
No, he's immune to all elementals. You stop him and then you beat him down and you use Celeste using Runic. So when he's invisible, you stop him. He becomes visible. He's stopped for 2 turns. So Celeste stops Runic. She Runics twice most of the time. And then as
Got it.
soon as he goes aggro after the stop, he casts Shadow, whatever, and then Celeste stops him again. Then she goes back to Runic, and then your other 3 characters just beat him the fuck down. Um,
Got it.
you can use Mog's Cave Dance because it's like
Visible.
uh, well, it does 50% damage. Cave In does 50% damage, and there is no damage cap, so Cave In does like 16,000 damage to the Intanger. But the next time it connects, it does 8,000 damage. Next time it does 4,000 damage.
Got
So
it.
like once it connects twice, you start getting like diminishing returns and shit like that. Um, but you just stop him. I can use Mog, but by the time if you do New Game Plus, you can probably just beat his ass down. You probably don't need Mog. Um,
And that, I didn't have Mog because I wanted that golden hairpin.
oh, huh.
Mm.
Sucks for you.
But that I didn't get an Intanger, or now I was able to do the floating continent with Celeste with minor issues because, hey, I got a goddamn um, golden hairpin that reduces magic requirements by 50%. I honestly think I came out on top on this one, especially with New Game Plus.
I mean, New Game Plus ultimately reduces everything to about fucking nothing, honestly.
I agree and disagree just because, I mean, I don't know how much issue you had on the floating continent. I don't know how much ethers you used on the floating continent, but guess what? I used 0.
Haven't you? Oh no, I did use 1 ether on the floating continent. Um, but ethers aren't super. Like I can buy ethers now.
Well, are you in the world of ruin yet?
No, not yet. I've been fucking around with the Enchanter.
Okay, so once you hit the world of ruin, everything is going to be twice as expensive until Terra joins your team. So keep that in mind if there's something you want or need to buy.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, the chest near the skinning bench, I am putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, over 600 wood into.
Okay.
Meat. Other. Guess I'll just put sticks into.
Mm.
It's now working on the other can in the composite or compost. You want any specific metals?
Nothing specific now. Just I guess just gold and copper at this point, but I don't know how much gold and copper I need. Still kind of building up to that point.
Roger.
I'm assuming we want the fabricator and the drill.
Mm-hmm. Huh. That's kind of a first. Saw some nodes literally straight up on the ceiling, not like kind of just yep, ceiling.
Yeah.
You said copper and gold or just gold?
uh, Copper and gold. Looks like we could use some more aluminum too.
wonder why it seems like the higher metals kind of look like off copper. Or is that just me?
Yeah, everything kind of looks like copper. Yeah, I definitely, well, I don't know if I definitely need more copper. Um, yeah, let me just,
You don't know if you need more copper, but dot dot dot. Got it.
I just took all the copper ore, turned it into steel bloom. Or all the
Copper
iron ore,
ore.
turned it into steel bloom. So I'm making more copper ingot now, which I needed for gold.
So am I coppering or ironing?
Bothing. Um, we're actually we're probably okay on iron. Um,
We're still gonna need more iron for
yes.
the cans.
Still gonna need more iron. Well, I can make more cans. I'm kind of letting things simmer right now. But I'll be right back. I'm Mike.
Yeah.
Not very exciting work, but I am making things.
Mm-hmm. I'm a little sad to say this. We should probably call it a night. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, I'm
And
okay. You're okay.
I mean, I'm probably okay for maybe another, well, between a half hour and an hour, but I'm getting close to just, I need to call it. And the part of the reason why I'm bringing it up is more the aspect of this is just going to delay us starting tomorrow, I assume, I should say.
Yeah, that's not an unreasonable argument.
Nope, I'll be the stick in the mud and I'm going to say let's call it. Especially since I need to be cooking some shit tomorrow. What have you?
Uh, that's not unreasonable.
I'll be back tomorrow in about 12 to 15 hours.
Something like that, yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Any last words, Buddha?
No, thanks for watching and all that good jazz.
Yeah. Good night.